Hi, everybody. How are you doing today? I'm glad to be here with you. I've got Linda G coming. I'm not sure when she's going to get here, but she will probably arrive fashionably late. So we'll just hang in there and wait for her to come. I did confirm with her that we were doing this again, just so I could be sure she'd be here. And I know you're excited to see her just as much as I am. So thank you all for being here. I surely appreciate it. I do. Um, so, what can we talk about while we're waiting for Linda? There's a few things that I want to ask her about, and some of them are very, very interesting, and they were in the news this weekend. So I'm going to talk a little bit about them. As I indicated, that we will take a few questions from you, um, but I have to just pick and choose the random ones because we'd be here probably 6 or 7 hours. So anyway. Thank you for understanding. So I'm going to say hello to a few folks. Hello, Keith, Geek Hillbilly, and Juno, and Starlight, and Emerald Buddha, Water Lily, Marg. Hi, Judith Juliet. Oh, your ears are ringing. Oh, here she is.
I tried to do a live today, and it kicked me off twice.
Oh, no.
I
Really?
have StreamYard, but I don't know how to use it with YouTube.
Oh, really? It's not too hard, Linda. I'd be happy to show you at some point if you want it.
Sure, I might ask you because maybe I could have switched to StreamYard.
Yeah, I haven't had too much problem. But do you have a Mac or a regular PC?
I have a regular, not a Mac.
Okay, good. Mac, it's harder for some reason. Danny Shea can't. He has to do something special. I think he has to download Chrome or something in order to do it. But anyway, so I was just saying hello to everybody, and somebody said their ears are ringing. So is that good? That's good news, isn't it?
Oh, I don't know. When my ears ring, it usually means an earthquake.
We don't need any more about that, do we? Oh my Lord.
Yeah. I am a little from post flying all day yesterday.
I understand.
From 7 in the morning till 7 at night.
Too much.
In New York, yeah.
Yeah. I was in New Hampshire.
I feel like I'm not where I'm supposed to be.
I understand. I was in New Hampshire for a month. And when I flew back, it took me all day. But the whole time I was there, I felt like I was on West Coast time. So that really screwed me up. That 3-hour difference.
Where's your location?
I live in Seattle. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, it's a long trip.
Yeah. So I just talked to Dan. I was thinking about doing a regular video because I want to pick my winners for my free.
Oh yeah.
But I told him I'm pick a card for my members. And what I'll do is probably after that, try again one more time with live.
There you go. Yeah. Well, we're still in that retrograde shadow.
Oh my God! That one kicked my butt? I'm telling you.
It's been a bad one. Yes, it's been really bad, Linda.
It's really been tough for a lot of people.
For many, yes. I've seen it over and over again. Delays. My poor daughter went to Scotland for a week with her boyfriend, and she got COVID. So half the time she's been there, she's been in a hotel room. So that's really awful.
A drag. That's like when I was told by a psychic, never go back to France because you had a bad life there. And my sister talked me into going to France. And the minute I got off the plane, I was sick the whole time I was there.
Oh, that's awful, Linda.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. I'm surprised that you couldn't heal your energy, and try to work through that while you were there.
No, I'm strong enough for others, but not for myself.
I understand. No,
I'm a nurse. I'm good, and I'm a good nurse for others, but not for myself.
Yep. I understand. I do.
Hi, everybody.
So yes, everybody. Well, I know you're welcoming Linda. You've been looking forward to seeing her, and she just came from the Catskills. Did you like it there?
Oh, it's beautiful.
Oh, is it?
Absolutely beautiful.
That's good. And it's a good time.
Most of them were New Yorkers that were there. About 53. And oh my God, they were just salt of the earth. Lovely, lovely. I'm very lucky with these events that I do because I end up with such magnificent people.
That's good.
People had to leave because of some emergency. One woman, her little puppy got sick. So that was sad. But besides that, it was good.
Yeah. Well, that's great. I'm so happy to hear that. It's nice that you did the East Coast and then you'll be doing the West
but
Coast
I
here.
would give myself an extra day because it is a long ways.
It is a
You
long,
can't
it
do a
is.
direct flight. What happened to the good old days? You could do a direct flight from SFO.
I was able to get one, Linda. I use Alaska Airlines though.
I'm going to take Alaska. I'm going to do anything to try to get a direct flight.
Yeah. Yeah. I've always had, I can go direct from Seattle to Boston, and it's about 7 hours without schlepping all over the place.
I know. I hate that.
I can't do that.
That's the only thing that bothers me.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, girlfriend. So what's up?
All right. So let's talk about some things. I told the folks that we will take a few questions later on, but we're not guaranteeing that you're going to be called on because I have to pick them randomly. But I have a couple things I want to talk to you about today that I found out and get your take on them. And of course, we always welcome you to add anything that you would like to add from those. So I did have Terry Suzuki, who has Kigaroo Spiritual Journeys. She said to me, I would really love you to ask Linda how your clairs, which clairs that you use, and what was the first one that came out when you opened up and became who you are, so to speak.
What do you mean?
Is it clairvoyance, clairsentience, clairaudient? Can you hear?
I hear.
Can you see? You hear. Okay.
I hear and I see. But remember, it was a man that talked to me in my right ear that told me to start the YouTube channel.
Okay. Okay. And is that still your Is that still your the main way you
he talked to me? And then when some people watch me when I'm online, especially live. Yeah. Ooh, all of a sudden I get downloads and I'll see things. I'll see.
Wow. Okay.
And you can tell because I usually I look up and it boom, boom,
look up.
Boom, boom, and I kind of go crazy on the lives because it's just bing, bing, bing.
I understand, especially if you're by yourself, because
yeah,
it's hard to navigate everything and be doing that kind of stuff. So right. Wow, that's awesome. So that's really wonderful that you, and so it sounds, with me, it's claircognizance. I just have a feeling. I just know something. So it's more intuition. But everybody's got a different thing, and some people have all of them. And it sounds like you have a lot.
Intuition at times.
Yeah. Okay.
All three ex-husbands I married, I knew I shouldn't marry them. I felt it. Something told me, don't do it, but I did.
Oh, Linda, you and I have that in common because I have 4 husbands, and the first 3 was the same way, but the 4th one was okay.
You made it
took me a while. Yeah. Wow. Well, that's good. I'm glad you could answer that for Terry, because she said, no one's ever asked her that, I think, and I would like to know. And I said, absolutely. So the other thing that I have here, this weekend, I saw this article and it was really cool. And it's about a company that I think they're in California, but maybe Texas. And they work with CRISPR technology, which is the DNA technology that allows you.
Talks about, yeah.
Right. And they're going to resurrect a woolly mammal, one of those huge elephants with the long tusks, and the Tasmanian tiger. And the Tasmanian tiger just went extinct, I think, in 1930. I think there was a male left, and that was it. So it went extinct. What do you get any hits on this? Does this sound like a good idea?
I feel they're going to do it, but it's not something we should do. That's what I hear.
I agree. Yeah.
I hear don't mess it, and it was their time to go.
Right. Right.
I mean, what's the use of bringing one in existence? They can't mate. They're too big, really, to live anywhere, especially woolly. They're doing this for science, but it's also an animal, and it's just going to be probed and.
I agree. They're probably going to take it and, like you say, and do all kinds of analysis on it. It's not going to have any kind of a life. It reminds me so much of Jurassic Park, and we should learn from Jurassic Park that it's not a good idea.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Wow. So you do feel like they've gotten a lot of funding. So you do feel like they're still going to do it? Yeah. Okay.
They'll complete it. Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Complete it.
That's wow. So the other day also, I wanted to talk to you about this. There was a gal that was taking a video on YouTube, and she was panning. It was sort of like a woodsy area with lots of lush tropical stuff. And she's panning, and as she's panning, it's fine. And then she comes to a part that it's like this. It looks like it's underwater. And she keeps going, and it comes back to regular. And she goes back to this, and it's like this again. And somebody said, "Is that a portal? You found
That's
a
a
portal."
portal. Yeah.
Is it?
Because it was like static
Yeah.
almost, right? Yeah.
Right. Right. It's a portal.
Oh,
And
by the way, we had some ghostesses up there.
oh, you did? Oh
Yeah,
my goodness.
Jen Lynn
Wow.
went through and did. She worked with some people. I think they ran into Joey Bishop,
Oh, really?
and you could smell. There's no smoking. You could smell cigar smoke every once in a while.
Yep. Yep.
But
Well, those old
I
school
saw
people that were up there, I think.
I
Yeah.
saw an apparition in my room where I was working with everyone come into
Uh-huh.
the door twice. Tall
Ooh.
too. It had to have been over 7 feet.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Wow. Where you go, these follow.
But I didn't feel spooked. I didn't feel
Yeah. Yeah. No, it wasn't bad. It wasn't the bad energy you were feeling. It was
right.
probably those people that used to go there every summer and do sell celebrities like Joey Bishop.
Yeah,
Wow.
exactly.
That's great. That's wonderful. I love that. So do you what else do you know anything more about portals and how they work, Linda? Because
Not
I know
really. I'm
about
not
them. Not really.
at that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I was just wondering where it takes you.
I know about portable toilets, but I don't know about portals.
We know that where they take us. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. So what do you think about the 16 House Republicans who voted against funding for Florida? Did you hear about that?
Can you believe it? These poor people are suffering.
Yeah.
I heard they found a whole bunch of bodies at some island.
In Sanibel? Was it? Or oh no, it was the other island.
It was
Is it
another
Fire, Fire Island? I
It
think
might
it
have
is.
been
Yeah.
a whole bunch of bodies. It's just
Wow.
terrible. And listen, I wouldn't give money for Ron to Satan for him and his wife. Give it to us because it'll get there faster. No, it won't. He's pulling a Trump on everybody.
Of course he is. Of course he is.
Oh my God.
I'm wondering though why they didn't stand up for. I mean, all these people voted against it, but the governor said he needed it, and so I'm wondering, what the deal was. And I'm guessing it's just that they are against DeSantis because they want Trump, or they are more allegiant to
Oh
Trump.
my God, girl, you hit it right on the head.
Really?
You hit
Yeah.
the nail on the head. That makes absolute sense because they wouldn't want to upset Trump by voting
Right.
yes.
Right.
They're doing that against Satan, but see, they ruined themselves.
They do.
Because
They
when
do.
people go to the polls, they're going to remember.
I hope they do. I hope they do, Linda. From your lips to God's ear, because it's and Abbott. Yeah, Abbott, the same thing.
And also, did you hear that the Supreme Court is calming down a little bit?
I did.
They refused the pillow guys. He wanted them to say that Dominion can't sue him. They said, no, they can sue you. They refused to hear anything on the gun thing. Remember, they said no more, whatever that application was. They refused that. There's several things. And people on Twitter were saying, whoa, it almost looks like they're kind of worried about what's going to happen to them.
Do you think? Because there's people threatening them. They're threatening them. And one guy, they were protesting outside the Supreme Court and saying, and they had the pictures of all the conservatives up, and they said, watch your back or something like that. I don't know. Yeah. Really bad.
Stop doing that threatening stuff.
I know. I absolutely do.
I mean, Trump is online doing it. And it's like, what? I don't understand. And if you listen to the voices of people who are threatening the lives of even like Eric Swalwell, it almost sounds like the same people.
Oh, I'm sure it is. They have their own little,
and they're bullies, and they're not going to do anything.
So it's more just to show bulliness and not really follow through. I hope so, because Susan Collins said yesterday she really believed that there would be a senator or a congressman that was probably going to get assassinated if it continued the way it is. So I think they've been all threatened so much. And you're right.
They're numb to it. Yeah,
they are. And it's not just the Republicans. It's not just the Democrats. It's both of them. Yeah. It's crazy. Yeah. Do you see DeSantis winning again? Or do you think that Chris will, how's it? I mean, no, and I know that it's hard to tell.
I have the list. I'm going to go down. I have the list of the Senate races, the governor races, and from my friend who works in politics. And I'm going to go down each one and how I do it, like I did it before, where I had a 90% correction rate.
I know you were. It was amazing. It was amazing.
I can't believe she said that's what started it, because she works in the politics and it's the big wigs. And she said, I thought, well, this girl's pretty good, 86% correct. And then when the last two won in Georgia, she said, Linda, you're 90%.
Isn't that fabulous?
And now they're saying, what does Linda say? And I told her, send me the list.
Oh, yes. Okay.
I'll sit down like I do, because I have to have a day. I can't do it this week because I'm a little discombobulated. I'll sit down like I do between my pendulum and my cards, and I'll let you know. But I'm thinking DeSatan's going to lose. But remember, I want him to lose. That's the hard part.
That's the hard part. The ones we don't want. Yeah, the ones we don't want. Although you wanted Biden to win, and you really clearly saw that he would. And I, you saw dancing in the streets and everything. And
I saw the dancing in the streets.
Yeah.
There's two things I predicted that I realized today, and I want to tell my people on live. One was, I do see DeJoy being removed. I don't care what anybody says.
Thank God.
I know people are like, win. That's the hardest win.
Right.
So I do see that. And there was another prediction I made that hasn't happened yet. DeJoy, and there was one other thing. Now I can't remember it, but I saw dancing in the streets with that one.
Ooh.
It might be Roe versus Wade being codified.
I hope that would bring everybody out. Yeah, I agree. There has to be something done with that, because I don't know. Have you ever watched The Handmaid's Tale? I swear to God,
I used to, but I haven't watched several of it. I heard it's pretty intense.
It was so visionary of Margaret Atwood. It was unbelievable that, the things that are so similar with us now. Wow. Yeah. All right. I'm taking down some questions here as they're coming in. Let's see. Kamala, she keeps making a lot of flub ups.
What's that about? I haven't heard about this.
She went to Korea, or she was talking about Korea, and she said something like, we've always been allies of North Korea. And of course, that's a flub up, because it's not, it's South Korea. And then a little man in North Korea sent a missile toward her plane somehow. And we wanted to get, this was yesterday. But there's like this whole litany that I've read.
The North Korean guy did that?
Yes.
Kim Jong-un attempted to really?
Attempted to. Yeah, I sent something up toward her plane.
It's not all over the news.
I saw it yesterday. I don't know. Maybe because this is the thing that really bothers me, Linda. It's like, if there's something that's going on, we hear about it and hear about it and hear about it with no other news that's brought in, because this is what the news people are focusing on, and all these other little things get lost. And so, yeah, I just think it has to do with, we'll save this for later. We need to talk about the hurricane, for instance, which we need to know a little bit about, of course, but we'll hear about that for months and months and months. And then all these little things kind of fall through the cracks. So I don't know.
You hit it right on the head about that. Thank you for that. That is what you said was totally correct about the reason the people didn't vote for their own people was because they were afraid of pissing Trump off.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because DeSantis and Trump are split, and of course he wants to win the ticket. Yeah. Liz Reeves, I realized, no, it isn't anything little. Absolutely not. But it's interesting, though. We all make mistakes. We all have Freudian slips. We all say something, and and poor Joe, he gets it all the time. He gets it.
Yeah.
What did he call out the name of that? The food insecurity and the lady that died in the car crash. He brought up her name at a meeting, and he said, "Is she here?" And of course, she passed away, and everybody had a fit with that, like he was an idiot.
Wait, who said this?
Joe was talking at a meeting with Joe Biden with a bunch of people that were working on this food insecurity or this food program. And the lady that was the Republican, I think she was a congresswoman from, I want to say Indiana, Illinois. She died in a car crash. She died in a car crash about a month ago. And he was talking and he said, I'd like to recognize this and that. And is this person here today? That's what he said. Yeah.
Yeah.
He forgot. Yeah.
Oh, wait. Well, listen, compared to Trump, oh my God.
I know.
Well, yeah, you can just stick lights up the rear and take that horse warmer and do the. This pandemic is a Democratic hoax.
Yeah, right. Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. And the other thing was when Joe got up and said that the pandemic was over, he didn't say it in the way everybody took it. He said this pandemic is over, meaning we have to prepare for more later.
There's more later, yeah.
Yeah. So, it's all how they cut and paste the stuff that comes out. But unbelievable. Yeah. Yes. Oh, Juno, thank you for bringing that up. People were streaming out of Trump's rally yesterday when the rally was 15 minutes in Michigan because he started talking about the candidates. And then he started complaining that he won the election and all the old SHIT, and everybody started streaming out. And
what do you mean,
like they left, and when they panned to show the picture of how many people were there, it was it held 6,000 people in this particular area, and then maybe 1/3 was full of people. Yeah, they all started.
Wait, was it filled before and then they started leaving?
No, it was when it was live when they started leaving.
Okay, because when you say streaming, I'm thinking you're talking about a video stream.
Oh, I'm sorry. I meant they were streaming out, meaning there was a bunch of people leaving in a stream. Yeah, that's what I meant.
They were taking pictures of all the people leaving when he started.
Yes, they were.
It's a hoax. He's losing his thing. I'm telling you right now. I don't know why they treat him like he's special. And unfortunately, the news medias keep feeding him to us.
They do.
Because he pays the bills.
Right. It does. And you're right. I wish they would just somehow just not talk about him. And, have a couple of days where we don't have to hear about his ugly name.
La, 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 la. As soon as I hear his voice, I shut it off.
Wow. So Pure Visionary says she saw part of the speech and he sounded like he was high. It was really creepy.
Ew. I know the look on his face lately has been like real sweaty.
That's right, Linda. That's right. Well, let's see. There's a couple. Oh, I have one more question that is more about you than other things. So I have a group of people.
You don't ask my weight. I answer.
I won't ask your weight, and you can't ask mine.
That's against the law. My sister lost 3 pounds on this trip. I probably did too. I can just tell because my pants are hanging off me. But
I understand. Sometimes we find 3 pounds.
How much I lost. So it's against my religion to get weight. So I don't know what to say.
I hear you. So right now you're tired because you've had this trip and you had to come back. But if you were just having a regular day, what do you do to raise up your vibration or to keep yourself centered?
Yes, I love this. Okay. I ground. I like to go outside where my doggies are. I like to put my feet flat on the ground. I usually have a chair. And I vibrationally connect with the realm. So I breathe. I give total grace to what's there. Yeah. I just, and at night, especially with the stars, oh my God, sometimes everything starts twirling. But that's how I connect with the realm, because when what's so funny? Here we have all this ability to disconnect from the human realm, so we don't have to feel this pain. And like right now, my body hurts, my neck hurts.
I know.
But all I gotta do is connect with source, and it tends to go away. Why do I not remember until like all of a sudden I say, "Oh, you really don't have to suffer from this."
That's very true. But we're human too, Linda.
Yeah,
we're human, so we do go back to old patterns. I understand.
We sure do. Like I think it's up to me to handle it when really they're here to help me handle it. So
that's right. All you have to do is
this trip wasn't a bummer at all. This was beautiful. It wasn't like I did a trip and it takes work and it takes me being able to read all these 50 some odd people in 4 days.
Ooh,
and it was so wonderful. And most of the people that were there, I don't know if this, Sedona has the same, but for some reason with this group, they were already connected. They weren't even there to ask me a question like, will my husband get a job? They were there just to ask the realm, okay, so am I going in the right direction? That's it.
That is so wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not that you can't ask, not that asking me simple questions like this. Sometimes I don't mind a psychic telling me, when is this going to happen? Or can you see if it will ever happen? But just to say, am I connected to the realm? Am I doing the right job? That was cool.
It is. I'm hearing more of that as well in some of my lives that I've had. Those questions do come up and they're beautiful. And there's so much encouragement from the other side. There really is. Yeah. And even for us who are tired out, we're tired of a lot of things at this point, and we know we have to wait a little longer. That's beautiful. I love that. That shows how much we're heading up.
I'm not doing readings anymore. I give away free readings, but I'm not doing readings. And it's because I have to concentrate on that book. That I've got most of it done. But anyway.
Good.
But I didn't know this, girlfriend, but I think the readings can kind of tap into you and make you a little tired.
Oh, they can exhaust you. Linda.
I've been doing it since 1980. So I started realizing that it's harder as I get older. It's harder to be able to do things like taking this trip now and coming back. I thought I was up and, handling it. And then I realized, Linda, you're really kind of like under the weather.
I understand, Linda. When I went back east, I took my little dog with me, but I couldn't let her. She was underneath, and I carried her and I carried other things, and I was by myself, and I didn't know how I was going to make it. And on the way home, I thought to myself, I must be getting too old for this. So I totally.
That's what I'm telling you, girlfriend. I know exactly what you're saying. Because in my younger day, oh, hell yeah. This would have
bothered me too. Yeah, absolutely.
All that walking wouldn't have bothered me, but.
No, but and it isn't, I don't like to buy into the idea that I'm getting old. I just rather, stay centered in what I do. But you do have to consider those things. You really do, especially when you're alone and you're traveling. I think that was the hardest part. If I had somebody there to just lighten the load a little bit, I think I would have been all right. Because when I got off the plane and I had my dog on a leash and my son was with me and something happened and I reached down to move something and my dog went right out in front of a car. And this man, this angel, screamed, "Stop!" And the car stopped. And my dog was this far from the tire.
How many pounds does your dog weigh?
She is about 12 pounds. Yeah.
That would have killed her for sure.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. And my other dog earlier in this retrograde was picked up by a predatory bird and then was let go. And so she's been recovering from that. I could have lost that dog too. It was too much for me. And I thought, oh my God, the poor people, the guy in the car, I'm sorry. I said, you did nothing wrong. It was my dog that decided to take the little trip out there,
Oh,
but it's those things that really wear you down too, Linda. Yeah. Those things are hard. Yeah. Wow. All right. So thank you for sharing that, how you do that. And also good luck doing that today so that you feel more grounded and more energized.
Thank you.
When you're done, you can go do that. Yeah. And there's people saying they feel their age too. Absolutely. Thank you, everybody who's in the chat. I see all your wonderful comments.
Thank you for coming,
hellos.
Guys.
Yes, we really, and yes, Pure Visionary says.
You said you were a little bit under the weather.
I don't know what it is. I woke up this morning. I was coughing. I had my head was full.
It's not COVID, is it?
Well, I took a COVID test yesterday and it was negative, but I might take another one today.
Take another one because sometimes you'll have it and not know. It takes a couple of days.
Not know it. Yep, absolutely. So yes, Terry Pure Visionary says readings are very tiring, and they are. Yeah, they can wear you down. I know when Susan Lynn used to read with me every week, I want to stop after about an hour because she needed to rest. It just wore her out.
Listen, when I go as guests on other people, some people they can be on there for hours. And then they would have people ask questions and stuff. But I noticed, I finally started telling people, look, for me, 30,
Yep.
30, 40
Yep.
minutes, an hour at the very most.
Right.
So
yeah, it does. It gets very tiring. It does. Yep. All right. So I'm going to pull up a question here. Chris said her husband was fired today. He applied for an administrative job with the Department of Defense, and she just wonders if he might get that job. Sorry to hear that. I am sorry to hear that.
Yeah. Tell him to be careful what he's feeling, because he's kind of despondent. And here's a job offer within 1 day, 1 week, 1 month. I think it could be great. The DOD. But definitely excellent. A job.
Yep. Make sure that he watches his boundaries. And that's exactly what Linda said, to be careful because he's upset. And yes, it looks like his job might be his destiny. So that's good.
Oh.
So let it go. Let it go, Chris. It's coming. It's all good things come to those.
And obviously, I always tell people, if you really look at it, sometimes when people lose jobs, I say, really turn around and look at this job. You
that's
were
right.
in the universe. You want it out.
Yes.
They always answer what you want.
Yeah, they do. And we already know things are going to happen. When we ask the questions, sometimes we already know what the answer is, but we don't trust ourselves. We want some verification. Exactly. So good luck to him, honey. Take care of yourself. Starlight wonders if you see any fires happening soon in the Oregon area.
You know, I'm not really seeing fires in Oregon like what happened last year.
Okay. Well, that's good.
I'm seeing rain.
Rain? Okay. All right. Maybe too much rain?
I think a little too much rain.
Okay. All right. Wow. Okay. Carrie lost her home in the Florida flood.
Carrie,
I'm so sorry. Yes.
Only have hurricane coverage.
Yeah.
There's actual hurricane coverage?
I think so.
It was flooded.
It must be. Yeah, but it was flooded.
Okay, so they're going to try to do a snapperooey on you. They're going to say, no, it was flooded.
Uh-huh. Oh.
But the hurricane caused the flood. It caused the surge.
Yes.
So I see them giving her a bit of a bad time. You see the struggle here?
Uh-huh.
If you fight on it, and you'll get good news.
Oh, good.
You don't let it go, and go for the FEMA too.
There you go. Yes. Oh my. Good luck, dear. Let me see. I am the one who had the roof problem, if anybody, and I was so lucky that everybody helped me out, because my insurance on a manufactured home is $0 for flooding or rain or water damage. So I hate that.
You can get flood insurance.
Oh, you can get extra. Yes, absolutely. I see here people are going to rally around in the community like little bees. I really do think so. There's so many of you in such dire straits. And
now, Carrie, if you get a GoFundMe or something, send me the link and I'll post it on my show.
We'll post it up for you, Carrie. Yeah.
Another sweet lady on Twitter that lost everything too, and I'm going to post her GoFundMe.
Good, Linda. Now, we have to come together as a community to help these folks. But just remember, all of the representatives in Florida don't vote for any of them, because they all said they didn't want the funds to come to you all. And that is just wrong. That is just wrong. Yeah. All right. Kathy O wonders how the U.S. economy might be for the rest of the year.
Well, let's check what it's doing right now.
Okay.
Wow. The Dow Jones went up 765 points.
Wow, it's right. Hadn't it just gone down?
Well, it's going to rally for a little bit and then it'll go down. It's not going to be 2008, okay? But the housing market has got in a bit of a crunch. The United States, I've told this on my show, compared to other nations, is going to be pretty good. Apparently, the new PM in the UK, who part of the reason she ran was to say she was going to cut taxes for the rich.
Yes.
She said, no, I can't do that now. Because they were fearing the UK economy would bottom out if she did that. So she stopped it. But now the rich are going to be mad at her. Anybody earning over 175,000 pounds a year. And then what else? Oh, the Brazilian guy, the far right.
Oh, yes. Bolsonaro. And yes, I know.
going to happen
Yeah.
here, you guys. This
Yeah.
is what's going to happen here.
I was so happy to see that. He was another Trump. I mean, they're getting rid of the Trumps. They got rid of Johnson, and they now Bolsonaro, and thank God. Except the Italians decided to pick this fascist woman, which is kind of scary.
She's not going to be there long.
Oh, good. Oh, good.
So, and also she's asking about gas prices, food prices. Well, right now, food prices are going down. Housing rents, that's a tough one. I just see America saying enough. I see massive building of homes, affordable homes is what I see. Gas prices in New York, it was $3.17 a gallon.
That's what it was up north. Yeah. Here, and you guys are paying $5 or $6?
Almost $7.
Oh my God. Yeah. And we're paying about $5 here in Washington. It depends on the day. But yeah, it's crazy. And it's the big gas corporations. They don't care.
Oh yeah. Well, we have a tax on top of it.
Yep.
To go green and whatever.
Oh dear. Kathy wonders if Kamala will be our future president.
Right now, I'm not seeing it.
Okay. Yep.
I'm feeling more Stacey Abrams than I'm feeling Kamala.
Oh, good.
I could be wrong, but Stacey Abrams just rocks. What an orator she is.
She is. She's
and
brilliant.
I feel Pete Buttigieg. Might be vegan.
I love him. And I love your name for him. I do.
He's so cool.
Yeah, he is cool. Wow. Oh my. Oh dear. I have one from Lena. Her son and I had an awful disagreement. He's making some bad decisions. Will he find his way?
Yes, he'll find his way, but you cannot tell him what to do. Period.
That's right.
Let him make his own awful decisions. In fact, the less attached to you are in it, the more he'll have to look at himself. Right now, he's in resistance against you. So no, you can't tell me what to do. And parents sometimes they go overboard because you're trying so bad to protect your baby. We don't realize what we're doing is we're taking our, we want to protect them. So you're trying to tell them don't. But once they're older, you've got to let them go.
Absolutely.
Just be there for them when they fall.
I get here that he's just being a rebel, Lena. He's just being a rebel. It's just a way of him asserting his independence. And unfortunately, yes, I agree with Linda that you have to let him make the mistakes. Yeah.
I'm so sorry. Sometimes it's hard mistakes. Yeah.
It really is hard to watch. It really is.
You're his mother, but you're not. You have to allow him to do. Kahila Gibran said the most beautiful thing, that the parents are the bow and the children are the arrow. The stronger the bow, the further the arrow flies.
Yep. And there was just something that I saw as well, and it said children who are given independence early in life do much better than others. And I used to have my son go up and pay the bill at the restaurant when he was like 3. I had my kids do all these things like they were just little adults. And he really does. He's doing well for himself. He's 38. He's got a great job.
Son. My son will be 30 this Thursday.
Oh, that's awesome.
And he was just so good. I was never good with money. You guys, I got 10 cents in my purse. I'll figure out some way to spend it. And he just, he would say, Mama, can I have this toy? I'd say, sure, use the money Grandpa sent you for Christmas. Never mind. Oh, you're willing to use my money, but you're not going to use your own money. Yeah. So that kid knows how to save.
Oh, yeah. That's amazing. That's amazing. And my son has been very generous with his money, but he also takes care of things. He does. Yes. He's pretty smart with it, but that is awesome. I'm not a good saver either, Linda. I don't have that. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah. Watcher wonders if, we did look at the stock market. I guess we're okay. So that was that. All right. Marg wonders about the weather in Iowa this winter.
I see rain, lots of rain. I see a couple of tornadoes. Just Iowa have tornadoes?
I don't know. It's in the Midwest.
I saw 2 tornadoes, but it's not Armageddon stuff. The ones who are going to get Armageddon like I've always said, was Florida. I always see Florida in trouble.
Yeah.
Now, the
Yeah.
people who just went through hell, you're not going to get hit again.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
But this is really waking people's eyes like, whoa.
Yeah.
And you know, there was a Republican on Twitter today that said, do you mean Trump spent $3 million for an attorney that he let go? In the meantime, I'm over here. People are struggling. The Proud Boys are struggling, and he's not giving them a dime.
Right.
He says, you know what? I got serious questions about Donald Trump.
Thank you. It's about time. God. It's like they've just been gone to Oz and they've just come back, and the world is different and they don't know how to deal with that. So one of the other things I heard yesterday was, I think it's the University of Idaho has stopped all of their programs for birth control and sexual help. They took that all away. They're not going to help anybody either get a abortion or have birth control or anything. And that's just so scary to me. It's like, what is...
And I'm so sorry, but remember what my guy said, and they said it in my ear when this happened, like, what the... And they said, this Supreme Court has awakened the sleeping giant.
Yeah.
What's going to happen when I told everybody way back when everybody said, no, it's good to go. The Republicans are going to win. That's how it always is. This is tradition with the United States, Democratic president, even Obama lost a whole bunch. This is the way it has to go. And I said, no, I see ants. I see ants. And that's the women and the Gen Zs coming out in force and saying, no, USOB, you're not going to tell me what to do. Yep.
And I always thought that a lot of you who do readings on the politics said that it was going to take maybe till 2025 for things to really be back to normal, if there ever is such a thing.
Well, we're in this. My good dear friend Andre says, we're in a Civil War chart. Our chart right now is almost the same as it was during the Civil War. Brother against brother. And like Abraham Lincoln said, a house divided cannot stand.
No,
and that's
I know.
what worries me, is because it's okay to get rid of Trump and throw some of these far righters to the side. But we got to have a real intense healing take place, because brother against brother, we cannot stand. We can't be a strong nation.
We can't.
So I think part of what's going to happen is natural phenomenon, which is going to be all of us coming together and holding each other up. And also a lot of these other people being in such legal trouble, people are finally tired of it.
Right. Absolutely.
By the way, the Pillow Man, who the state Supreme, the Supreme Court just said, no, we're not going to listen to your case against him.
That's right.
Good
for him.
Is going to be broke.
Yeah, he will be.
Broke.
Yeah, nobody's buying any more pillows from him. That's for sure.
I probably should hit him up for a loan while he has money.
There you go. So yesterday I saw a clip, and again, it's not on the news that everybody's seen, but it was a clip of Ukrainians taking food and water and putting it over and handing it over to the new Russian conscripts that just were sent to the line because they have no food. So the Ukrainians are helping their brothers from Russia. And because these people
are they still going to fight them, or are they going to try to come over?
I hope not. I mean, how could you fight someone who was so loving and understanding? Because a lot of those people, they were conscripted. If you were fighting with the police, you go, or if you were, whatever it was. And of course, so many of them ran out of the country.
Are they sending women too?
They are. I think they are. Yeah, pretty sure. Yep. Somebody said, an oligarch said, this is the beginning of the downfall of Putin. Well, it should have been a long time ago, but no? Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay. He's going. Yeah. And also they just took some big area that they announced that was
part of Russia. Kherson, I believe, or one of those places. Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, let's take one more question here today, as we are happy to have Linda here, but it does take a lot out.
And then we'll do this again, sweetie. Maybe
that would be wonderful.
November. I got no trips. I have no fixed engagements.
Okay.
Until May.
And I'm going to see you in May, so I'm excited. I can't wait. All right. So, Sarah D., Michigan girl, did James Comey try to hurt Hillary's chance of winning in the 2016 election? And is he sorry now since he was fired?
I read his book, so I know exactly how he feels about this.
Okay.
Yeah, he's sorry he did it. He realizes now it was a mistake. But he was getting a lot of pressure from his repubes to do this. And so when this came up, he thought, well, if I don't say something, they're going to say, why didn't you say something? So fearing himself, not Hillary, he did it. And, it was as written. It was supposed to happen.
That's the hardest thing for us to understand, that some of these things that appear to be choices that were made were actually just not meant to be. And exactly. These people, and it was their karma. And so their karma is, not so cool, but we all have those moments.
He did that book, he sold that book, but basically he's a nothing. Nobody respects him.
Right.
It's like Barr, yeah, sure, you're coming out telling us the truth. Where were you when what was going down?
Yeah. So. Yeah. Wow. Well, okay. All right. I thank you so much, Linda, for coming and spending time with me, especially since you were tired and I didn't feel good. So we made it.
We hung in like troopers, girlfriend. I'm sorry to anybody who came to my live and it just it was doing that thing with the circle, like trying to.
Oh, yeah. That's buffering. Yeah. But she's going to go ground herself, and she's going to get her energy back.
I got my membership people, and then I'll try once again with live. Okay, honey.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks, Linda. Thanks, everybody. You still have a couple of questions I'm going to try to answer for you if I can, even though Linda's gone. And the first one was from Mary Catherine Wilson. And hers is about a dream she had. She fell asleep and the dream was dark, was a dark lizard-like demon. Can you tell me if I was picking up on something? We do a lot of dream analysis on our show with the dream with my friend Kate. We do a lot of analysis. And I just get the sense that if you fell asleep, I'm wondering, you fell asleep after the wake. I'm guessing you were at home, or did you fall asleep at the reservation? It may be that there was something there that came back with you, and I don't mean it in a scary way. What I mean is that maybe there's some energy there because I believe one of the signs of one of the Native Americans is a salamander, and I'm guessing that's what I get in my mind, a salamander. Even though it's a lizard-like. I don't know why you thought it was a demon, but it must have been frightening to you, and so you felt it was. You can ask that to go away. Tell it that you don't want that to come back. Ask your angels and your guides to take care of you so that you're safe, and work with them. Ask them always to surround you with that energy, and so that can help you. But I'm not sure which Indian reservation you were at, but there is one in Arizona that has that salamander. And I think in my mind that reminds me of sort of a lizard-like figure. Thank you for your question. All right. So, Sarah, when do I think your brother will read the will? Let's see. I have to tell you, no matter when I come on and when I talk about relationships with death, so to speak, or with things such as that, very often I remind people that these types of things are very, very difficult for us. We already have the loss that we both have to deal with. And then on top of that, we have this, a lot of times, these people that are just wanting to take everything. There's this terrible energy that seems to be around that's created in that energy. And so I don't know how long it's been. Last year. Okay. Last year. Yeah. First one I got was egg. So there's a new life emerging, changes around the corner. So I'm hoping that means, I don't know when, but around the corner is what I'm getting, that he's going to be taking a look at this. He's going to break the egg open or the will open and take a look at it. But be fluid with this, because, your resistance to it, but you also have to accept the fact that whatever he finds in there is acceptable to you. And that's a really difficult thing to do when someone else is in charge. But look what I got. I got a piggy bank. So I think in that will is something about money and saving something for later. So I'm guessing that there's going to be some money that is being, divvied out during this. And perhaps he has to, I know that many times they have to pay all the bills. I've been an executrix, and I had to pay all the bills when my dad died before I could even take a look at what was left over. Sometimes those bills take years, unfortunately. I'm still waiting for a settlement from 2017 from a relative over in England, and it's not going anywhere. And people keep asking the lawyers, and they keep chipping away at the money that's going to be given because they want to find all the people. But in your case, it looks like a will was made, so there was no problem trying to find others to get in on that whole thing. Let's see. Thank you so much for all your wonderful. Lupe, do we see Democrats keeping the House? I'm not going to just say it for myself. I've heard Susan Lynn say it. I've heard a few other people say it, that it might be very, very tight. But right now, with the energy that we have, it looks like they will be able to keep it. And I think Linda just said that too. So, she's more connected in there with all those political things. And she's saying that, even when Obama was president, that, they had a problem with keeping the Congress. And so it's very difficult for that. But anyway, let's see. I'm so happy to see all of you. I thank you all for your questions. Oh, this is interesting. I went to a German concentration camp. I left a stone on a memorial site and felt a huge, profound rush of energy that lasted for a few minutes. If you went to a German concentration camp, the energy that is there is still one of misery and suffering. I've heard that from many people who have gone. My son went to Auschwitz himself. My son is not really a spiritual person, but he could feel the energy and the oppression and so on. I think that probably the profound rush of energy was a way of saying thank you. Thank you for caring. Thank you for being here. Thank you for noticing. That's kind of what I feel, Desiree. Yeah, it's really interesting. Really interesting. Let's see. Hannah, you're 70 years old today. Happy birthday, girl. Good for you. Good for you. You wonder how much longer I can or want to continue to train and attend dog obedience trials. I'm dealing with the same type of energy myself. I am not 70 yet, but pretty close. And I'm ready to retire. I'm tired. And they always say when you're tired and you've done what you've come to do, it's time to move on and do something different. I don't know if you can, if you're worried about the money, if you can cut down maybe and just do like one obedience training a month or a week or whatever, and work with maybe a company. I'm not sure if you have your own company, but I'm going to pull. I actually have, if I can find it. Oh, yes, my dog cards. I have Divine Dog Wisdom cards, and they're wonderful. So let me pull one for you. All right. Patience, it says, any day now. I'm guessing that it's trying to tell you that your patience is running out. Any day now, you should give up what you're doing just to enjoy what it is that you're doing. Relax in the last, 20, 25 years of your life, whatever it is. I don't know, because I try to be very positive. But if it isn't feeling good anymore, it's time to do something either different or just completely not do anything at all, I guess. But it's hard living on Social Security. So, all right. Yes, go Beto. Yes. Anybody see the Beto and with he destroyed Abbott and it was wonderful. It was wonderful. Yeah. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you. Oh, everybody here. Um, I love your energy. I thank you so much for coming and for coming to other shows that I have. I love working with Linda G, and I'm going to take it up. I take an offer up with her to do it again in November, and I'll come up with some. I like to come up with different questions that people she may not read on or that are very different from what she gets all the time. And I was happy tonight or today. It's not tonight. It feels like tonight. I was happy today to see that she could share with us some of her way of uplifting herself and also what she thought about some technology changes that are coming. So thank you. I'm sending love to you, all kinds of energy and beauty. Make it a beautiful day. Sending love to all of those suffering all over the world with a particular suffering in Florida right now, loss of life, loss of animals, loss of home, loss of car, loss of everything. We know this happens. We know it happens with tornadoes and hurricanes and earthquakes. And but that doesn't make it easy for the people who have to go through it. So thank you. And I send out lots and lots of love to you, all of you. And I'm sorry I couldn't take every question that you had, but I do appreciate them. And I'll see you soon. You guys have a great day, everyone. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.